Have you ever felt like you're just stuck in a battle with your own mind? Like your anxious thoughts are running the show and you're just along for the ride? Well, today we're going to break down a really powerful protocol to help you take back the controls. And the best part? It's not about years of complex therapy. It's about one simple but totally transformative action. All right, let's get into it. So let's just start with the biggest question of all, right here. Are you your anxious thoughts? It seems simple, but how we answer this, deep down, that's what traps so many of us. We're about to see why changing that one answer, well, it changes absolutely everything.
Okay, first things first, we need to understand the battlefield. And for a lot of us, that battlefield is really more of a thought trap. It's this mental stronghold where we feel completely, totally fused with our anxieties. And this feeling, it's so common, isn't it? It's that sense that the worry, the fear, that constant what if, it isn't just some random signal passing through your brain. No, it feels like it is you. And that fusion, that's what makes it feel so impossible to get out of. Because, how can you possibly escape from yourself? But what if that feeling, as real and as powerful as it is actually based on a lie? Let's talk about the big shift. The crucial change in perspective that makes real change, actually possible. This is how we break out of the trap. So look at this. This is the core transformation right here. On the left, you've got the old mindset. It's a prison. I am my anxiety. But on the right, that's freedom. It totally reframes who you are. You're not your thoughts. A better way to think about it is this. Those anxious thoughts, they aren't your true identity. They're just outdated software. Yesterday's programming that's still running on today's hardware. So if it's just old programming, how do we uninstall it, right? Well, it's not about fighting the thoughts head on. It's actually about using a super simple, science-backed hack. A little trick that uses your prefrontal cortex to create some distance and put you back in the driver's seat of your own mind.
And here it is. The technique is called labeling your lies. The name itself is pretty powerful, but the action is incredibly simple. All it is the act of naming a thought for what it is, which is just a thought, not the truth. This simple little label, it acts like a wedge. It creates just enough mental space for you to breathe, and most importantly, to choose how you want to respond.
So here's exactly how you do it. Super simple. Step 1, you catch the thought. You see it happening. For instance, that thought, I'm totally going to fail this presentation, pops up. Okay. Step 2, you name it. Don't argue with it. Don't analyze it. Just label it. You say to yourself, oh, there's that fear of failure thought again. And by doing that, just naming it, you've already done step 3. You've taken it captive. You've stopped it from running the whole show.
And here's the cool part, the science behind why this actually works. See, when you're in the grip of anxiety, your limbic system, that's your brain's primal fear center, it's just going haywire. But the second you observe and name the thought, you activate your prefrontal cortex. That's the CEO of your brain, the part that handles logic and control. You are literally, in that moment, shifting power away from the fear center and putting the authority center back in charge.
Now, using this little hack isn't just some mental trick you do once in a while. It's actually a really profound choice about the kind of person you're deciding to be. Let's look at how this one small action can build a totally new identity.
This is all about choosing to be in the 1%. And no, not the 1% of wealth or fame. We're talking about the 1% of people who decide to take radical responsibility for what goes on inside their own heads. The people who get that their mind is their own, and it's their job to manage it and to renew it.
Because that's really what this all comes down to. Transformation doesn't just happen to you, it's a choice you make. Every single time you choose to label a thought instead of letting it control you, you're not just surviving a moment, you are actively training for a new life. Just by deciding to learn this today, you've already stepped into the gym for your mind. You've chosen to train.
And this is so important to get. If you're struggling, the reason isn't because something is fundamentally wrong with you. You are not broken. You are not behind everyone else. You are not failing. You are simply operating with a mind that hasn't been renewed yet.
And that right there is the most hopeful message of all. Because if the problem is just a lack of renewal, then the solution is right there, totally within your grasp. It's not about fixing some deep defect. It's about starting a process. And that process, that renewal, it really does change everything.
So, we'll end on this thought. This information isn't just something to know, it's something to do. You now have a tool, a simple one, to start taking apart that old programming. So the only real question left is, what mental stronghold, what one recurring anxious thought are you going to name,
take captive and start to break today.